How's it going, everybody? GodBaer here. Once again, thank you for clicking into one of my videos. We are back on Madden 18 with our online Madden League. We are the 6-2 Baltimore Ravens going up against the 3-4 Tennessee Titans. We are halfway through the season, so I will be showing you guys the statistical mark of being halfway through the season with our own stats, which is right here, passing. Not doing too much, barely over 100 yards per game. We've thrown a touchdown in half of our games, with one more interception than touchdowns, as Tevin Coleman has been going off. And if you guys remember, we didn't even have this man in week 1, so he's only played 7 of our games. The Atlanta Falcons, when they had him week 1 before he traded him to us, he rushed 1 time for 2 yards. So that just shows you how well Tevin Coleman has been playing for us. As CJ Mosley leads in tackles, sacks is going to be Matthew Judon with 7 interceptions. No surprise, our rookie sensation Chuck Clark with CJ Mosley right behind him. Defensive pass deflections is going to be Jimmy Smith with 6. That man doesn't get his hands secured on the ball too often, but he does get his hands on that ball. Defensive touchdowns goes to CJ Mosley, and we have 4 other players with defensive touchdowns as well. And now the standings throughout the season, a lot of surprises, some good, some bad, kind of like on the bottom, or near the bottom I should say. My Seattle Seahawks at 1-6 right there. Very surprised and kind of disappointed to see that, but apparently that NFC West division isn't very good, as I'm going to show you guys how everybody else has been playing with their squad. Have that be good or bad, like Andy Dalton with 30 interceptions in 8 games. So if that guy continues to play how he has been, that's going to be 60 interceptions in a season, which is ridiculous. And you saw we were 400, 500 yards up on any other running back. And we need to come back and rebound in this game against the Titans. We are coming off back-to-back losses. We started off 6-0. Now we're 6-2. Not doing very well. Obviously, our pass game has been lacking. So when we need to get those first downs, have that be 3rd and long, anything more than 3rd and 5, we struggle to get first downs because, like I said, our pass game is ass, or at least has been ass this season. Our quarterback isn't the greatest, but he's by far no means bad, and we need to go ahead and come back and try to dominate this game. As you saw, it did not show either of our interception leaders in Chuck Clark or CJ Mosley, but that is okay. Chuck Clark has been like the secret sensational ninja. It hasn't been showing his stats all season long. Unfortunately, Jalen Smith is the leader. He's gotten like 4 interceptions in 2 games, or 2 separate games with 4 interceptions, as the Tennessee Titans go for it on 4th and inches very early. So if we can go ahead and get this man shook and make him, force him to go for it on very crucial downs, is Jimmy Smith. We have a new role for this man. I don't know why I haven't been using him like I have or will be in this game, but you guys will see how good of a game you saw, or he will play. You saw him on the thumbnail. This man will be going off as he gets our first points of the game on a defensive interception for a touchdown. And Tennessee Titans come back out here, almost getting a sack there on the play action. We come down with Chuck Clark, who gets his 8th interception of the season. And I love that man. I told you guys early on in the season he was a rookie plug-in, and that's only because I didn't want to play Eric Weddle or Tony Jefferson. Tony Jefferson is only 25, but he only has 83 speed. You guys all know Eric Weddle isn't that fast, and he's incredibly old, as we get stuffed on goal line and completely shank the field goal. We clicked X for the accuracy part, but it didn't indicate, so it just kept going, and we whiffed on the kick, as we whiff on covering T.Y. Hilton right there. And these Tennessee Titans have made a ton of trades. They got rid of Marcus Mariota, and now they have Blake Bortles. They got rid of Derrick Henry, and now they have Jay Ajayi. On offense, they also have T.Y. Hilton, and then defensively, they have Telvin Smith from the Jacksonville Jaguars. So he got rid of some offense to gain some defense. So depending on how you want to look at it, his team could be better or worse. I personally would never get rid of Marcus Mariota or Derrick Henry. Those two would be my permanent starters, both incredibly young and very, very good in Madden, as you saw my opponent is starting to hit me with a bunch of out routes, and we're going to try to lock up on that as 3rd and 9. Not finding anybody open because our reads coming back to Madden has been atrocious. As 3rd and 8, all we can find is drag routes, and it does not get us the first down. We get a nice little sack by Pierce right there. Very beastly defensive tackle. In a way, I'm bummed but happy we got rid of Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams was only 28 years old, so he's got 4 solid years of good play. But Pierce, as Chuck Clark gets his 9th interception on the season, gets in front of that wide receiver, gets his hands on the ball, and as I almost throw an interception myself, 3rd and inches, try to come out here and run this ball, and yeah, we don't hit the outside. He came on the inside, so we didn't really have anywhere to run, but that was only to just get rid of the first half. We get the ball opening up the second half, running into number 19 Washington, but we still get a nice gain. Back-to-back good gains as he tries to strip the ball from me, trying to get the run game going, looking for some passing routes. Nothing open. We're going to try to scramble even though circle was open. We don't get the first down, and this field goal we will make. The indication of pressing X actually, happened or showed, and now Jimmy Smith. This man is a monster. We put him down on the light blue instead of a deep, expecting an out route. We would have been beat over the top if he would have streaked, but I'm happy about it. It was the good time to do that as Jay Ajayi goes ahead and makes Blake Bortles throw a terrible pass right there. Just arm got stuck on the running back. The ball went to the grass. And now right here, finally finding some open pockets to thread the needle. Get the ball to our wide receivers because they have not been able to progress at all. I could have thrown to R1 right there, but with my accuracies of my quarterback being a 77 overall, like I said, he's not bad, but he's not that great. As right now, this fullback, which was a tight end that we turned fullback, doesn't get the first down. Close, but we do kick a field goal. Up 20-0 right now, so we're fine with kicking field goals as long as our opponent doesn't get humongous gains like that last pass play. And now this run with Jay Ajayi, and he absolutely annihilates Chuck Clark with that truck. Chuck Clark, that's the first time I've seen that man actually not do well, as Tolliver, number 27, should have gotten his hands on that pass, but he did a very good job quickly and just by chunks worked down the field as we finally find this man Davis. He's 6'3", 91 speed, slow development, and only a 64 overall. But we're going to try to progress him as we are finally getting the wheels turning on this run game. And we hit the outside. Nice contained blocks. We get a touchdown. Go back up 3 possessions. And we're going to come out here, take the knees out of that tight end, looking to try to get another interception with Chuck Clark. He comes down and makes the tackle. But 4th and 5. Continuing with these out routes. I don't know what was with these out routes. He was doing plays that had deeper out routes than usual. So you would play purple, and purples just are incredibly bad in this year's Madden. And then light blues, had that be flats or deep light blues, just wouldn't cover it. My DBs would be in great position. Is right here, finally getting in front of the curl is Carlton Davis. Probably would have been a pick 6 if we wouldn't have, camera angle swap and we're pressing the wrong direction. Go back and forth about 3 times. But regardless, we got the ball. All we're trying to do is kill some more clock, get Tevin Coleman some more yards. I'm trying to get that MVP of the season for him. He is currently leading #1 on that chart as Joe Williams will not get the first down. So we will kick another field goal, and it is good. Go up 29-7. And we're just trying to get into this 4th quarter to secure the victory. Because anytime you're not in the 4th, the game is far from over. This game, our Madden League, has 6-minute quarters with no accelerated clock. So anytime you complete a pass, there's no clock excelling. There's nothing going on as time expires. Nice little route. My opponent was going back to this play over and over and over again. And of course, the one play I think would do the best about covering it 2-man under is the one time I get beat with it. And right there, Blake Bortles, not too great of a game. You see under 50% completion, 4 interceptions. So Jacoby Brissett came in. Tevin Coleman, 157 rushing yards, 6.2 yards carry with 1 touchdown. Receiving, not a whole lot going, but better than we have. We finally had a receiver over 50 receiving yards, which was Davis. Defensively, leading in tackles was Telvin Smith. That man is just freakishly athletic. And then Jimmy Smith with the sack, who also had 2 interceptions, as well as Chuck Clark. And then both of Jimmy Smith's interceptions were defensive touchdowns, as Chuck Clark had 4 pass deflections, which is incredible. That man got 2 interceptions and his hands on 4 other passes. Have that be hitting the wide receivers while they're trying to catch it, or just getting in front of the receivers in general and batting that down. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, it's nice to get a rebound game. The commentary probably wasn't the best in this one, but I gotta get up out of here. I'm gonna go hang out with my cousin, hang out with my little nephew, my cousin's kid. Very fun. And yeah, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section and by the thumbs up. And until next time, everybody, GodBaer out.